Wendy. Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. That was Osandi Wendy by Osadive. It's like an Igbo life music, I think. Yes. welcome, everyone, to the first official episode of my podcast called Nigerian Safe Space. Hashtag Nigerian Safe Space. So I am so excited. I'm so nervous and also very excited for this first episode because it's been difficult to record this podcast as I have been trying to figure out what topics we need to address and how to address them. But here we are. So let's get right into it. I remember asking few Nigerians like myself about their take on colorism. And they had no idea what this term was. Then I said, what is your take on the culture of lighter skin preference over dark skin? And at this point, they knew what I was talking about. And which shows me that it is an eminent problem in our Nigerian society. But I think it's easier to identify a problem when there is a term to it. So yeah, colorism is the preference of lighter skin over dark skin. It is a form of discrimination. We really never know the impact of this discrimination until one day we realize that how it has affected our thinking, our minds, and probably limiting our achieving level. I know there is a lot of people wondering, telling themselves, how does this concern me? How does this affect me? Because you either believe that you feel very secured in whatever shade you are. But the thing is that whether you are light skin or brown skin or dark skin, there is no way you can live in a society that is affected by a particular struggle and not feel its impact. So it does concern all of us. So as individuals, as a society, it does concern us. Therefore, it is better to deal with every struggle like they all matter in order to end up in a society. In order for us not to end up in a society where we have loved ones going through a self-esteem issue we cannot help them with. Ugh, yikes. People often wonder how our generation woke up hating their own skin tones. And I'm like, can't you see it's it's all rooted in how we were brought up, the society we were raised in. Therefore, dealing with this discrimination means we don't have to raise daughters and sons in this state of mind, thereby breaking the cycle. Because at the end of the day, that's what moving forward is about, breaking the cycle, not passing it on to the next generation. Growing up as what you would call a light brown skin girl, that is I'm not on the high threshold of light skin, but they will still refer me to a light skin person. I used to get terms like Oyinbo, Americana, yellow, and so on, terms, those terms. I used to be referred to as those terms. And the energy I got from those people whenever they use these words was that was supposed to be a good thing. It was supposed to be a good thing. This was the mindset I grew up in. Having that mindset that being lighter was a beauty standard and I was qualified for it. I never knew my mindset was like this until I really thought about it. I never knew. In my late teens and early 20s, I always prided myself in being so exposed and being woke. I was very loud in my condemnation against form of discrimination, which colorism was one of them. So yeah, you can understand when I say I was amazed at my realization about my mindset that I have carried since childhood. I was amazed that this could affect me. I thought by being woke and knowing more, it wouldn't affect me. So I was amazed. In my eyes, though, a beautiful person is a beautiful person regardless of the skin tone. But here I am in my early 20s, trying to look for the best lighting for my pictures that will make me look lighter, trying to upload the lightest version among all my pictures that I have taken. And you would think that because of your enlightenment on issues like this, your mindset would be changed immediately. But that's not the case. Because how can you change it when you don't even know or believe it has affected you. So for me, I think the starting point should be thinking about how it has affected you. Even when you don't see it, just process the issue and really give it deep thoughts. With my stand against discrimination, it hurts to discover that this has affected me indeed. And I don't even know how to remove or turn it off, remove that mindset. I don't even know how to do it. I recall watching Beverly's documentary on Netflix on skin. And I remember a lady saying she just had to accept it. That she was dark-skinned, she was stuck with it, she just had to accept it. And that was it for me. But for me, it was a little different. I had to accept that the state of mind that I had grown up with has affected me. And I can't change it. I just have to be against colorism till I believe and practice what I preach with myself. But what if we created a society that didn't have to deal with their insecurities or terrible mindsets by accepting? What if we had done the right from the start? Imagine a future without this kind of discrimination. Now, that is a future I would want to start a family in. A long time from now, I had a conversation with a friend. She was upset that why do people even pay so much attention to colorism when there is still equality in workplace to deal with. And I remember saying that this is the problem, placing people's struggle on an hierarchy or a threshold, thereby making some irrelevant. And the failure to realize that struggles could be connected to each other. Walk with me for a sec. Imagine this. I go for an interview and I'm a dark-skinned girl. And the other candidate is a light-skinned girl. And they went with a light-skinned girl. And I start to feel like the reason why they never went with me was because she was lighter than me. Even if that was not even the reason, there is no way I walked into that interview 100%. The moment I saw that it was between me and that light-skinned girl, I already, it triggered my mindset, that mindset from childhood of the beauty standard. So there is no way I had walked in 100%. So at this point, even if they were judging me based on my performance, it will still be unfair to me because I did not walk in 100% like the other person did. For instance, you cannot allow two wrestlers with extremely different weights in a ring fight because it would be unfair to the fighter with the lower weight. So it's just because of the mindset that has been created in the past, still affecting me despite the society not recognizing how it can affect. But one way or the other, still affecting me. So imagine if you didn't have to worry about those little issues, then you will feel as equal as possible. Your opportunities will feel as equal as possible. You being able to achieve something will feel as equal as possible to the other person that you're being discriminated against or discriminated with. It is really very easy to say, just accept who you are, accept yourself for who you are. But acceptance is all good though until you live in a society that is still rooted in colorism, like Nigeria. You try to fight it, but it's in your face. Returning to Nigeria after I left for a few years. I left to stay in the UK for a few years. And I can say it was easier. Acceptance was easier for me while I was in UK than in Nigeria. Honestly, I came back thinking I can undo any toxic mindset that this society bring me because obviously I am woke now, I know more. But that was not the case. I remember coming back and people telling me how beautiful my skin look, and some people even telling me that your skin looks lighter, blah blah. You look so bright, blah. I was like, oh, nice. And you see people dropping in random small comments saying, you better don't get dark. Like this Nigerian skin, hope it's not tan you like this. I would be saying, oh, I like getting tan. But it was easier said than done until Nigerian sun really eats. And I actually started getting tanner and I actually started getting sunburns. And I can remember my auntie walking to our house one day and she telling me, oh my God, you are getting darker. You better don't get dark like us. You better don't get dark like us. And I was wondering, like, what does she mean by that? But this did not just stop there. There were other people making comments about me getting tanner, me getting darker. And you would think that, okay, because I know better, this is a society, because of their mindsets, this would not get to me. They would not make me think that this is a bad thing. But that was not the case. But that was not the case. It just made me, I think that period of self-evaluation just made me realize that when people say accepting yourself, it's not a one-time thing. Like, I have accepted myself while I thought about it while I was in the UK. But why do I still feel this way? Why do I still feel this way? Because I found myself trying to look for products to even out my skin tone. Why do I still feel this way? Then I discovered that accepting yourself is really not a one-time thing. It's something that you have to keep doing. It's something that you have to keep doing, especially if you're in a society like Nigeria. Oh my God, you have to keep doing it. Because there are days where your mindset, that particular mindset, the way you were brought up, that society that you were brought up in, that mindset creeps in back on you. And obviously, you cannot allow yourself, like I told myself, I could not allow myself to be oppressed by this mentality. So I have to keep accepting myself. If it means that I keep accepting myself till I believe it, I keep accepting myself again, all over and over again. But to be honest, like, it's really exhausting. It's not an easy thing to do. So you can just keep accepting yourself every day. And this is not a very, very easy thing to do. If you have to do it in a society like this, it's even way more harder. So yeah, I just really wonder, like, when people say accepting yourself, like, has it been easy for people? I don't know. I'm just speaking from my perspective. Accepting yourself has not been easy for me. Like, I have to keep reminding myself constantly. So I just want to know, like, from my listeners, accepting yourself, like, has it been easy for you? Like whatever way that this, I chose colorism for this topic, but whatever way that this topic reaches to you in regards to accepting yourself, like, I really want to know in the comment below how accepting yourself, has it really been easy for you? Like, because, I mean, everybody talk about accepting yourself, but they never really talk about how difficult it is sometimes, some days, when those mental states, when those mindsets creeping back again. So please, I want everyone to comment their experiences, their thoughts on this issue, on acceptance. And I want this to be a conversation, I want this to be a conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. And do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and share, please. Thank you so much.